Oh, boy. Hello, Sergio. First time here, Sergio? Paul, how you doing? I'm doing fine, Sergio. Where you from, Sergio? Brazil. Okay. Well, mostly the guys who frequent this uh, site or these broadcasts are sort of beginners. But yet, then again, we're all beginners. First off, how's my sound level? Can you guys hear me talk? Oh, wow. Professor, good. Audio is good. You can hear me talk? I hate these headphones. Sergi, you said, have doubts about graphing. That's good to use different ones. I don't understand what that means. Today I promised the guys that I would journey into a basic Songo. Now, we are going to do the samba, which is a Brazilian, we should do that, a Brazilian uh, rhythm, but we're going to work with the Songo, which originated in Cuba. Okay? And this is just the basic samba. I did provide the people who are frequent uh, to this broadcast some PDFs. And there's a couple different variations, but I'm not going to play fast. I'm going to break it down very, very slow. And we're going to use, with this particular pattern, we're going to use 4 voices. The ride cymbal or the bell of the cymbal, or the crown of the cymbal, the bass drum, snare drum, snares off, and hi-hat. Now, I'm not sure about the guys who've not come here, like Professor and Sergio. Your counting systems I use are the 16th note counting for this particular one, just to break it down real slow and to show everyone where everything goes. Okay? So, I'm going to count 16th notes, 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and my ride cymbal I'm going to play on the counts of 1, 2, 3, 4. My hi-hat's going to be playing 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. So I'm going to do it real slow. As I'm going to play 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and all it. Okay, again, 16th notes. Count. My hi-hat with the pedal, my right hand on the right cymbal. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and, or the bell of the cymbal. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. That's the right hand and left foot placement. Now, where the conversation actually begins is with the bass drum and the snare drum. So I'm maintaining the 16th note pulse. 1 E and the 2 E, nice and slow. The 3 E and the 4. Now left hand. The 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 and a little faster. Again. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and the 2 E and the 3, 4. Something is wrong with these headphones. There you go. It's a basic pattern. It's very simple. And I'm not blasting, I'm not playing the super speed. I'm breaking it down. 1 E and 2, 3 and 4. Simple. Now I do have a sheet on this. If you guys would like the PDF of the couple of variations that I wrote, I'm not trying to show this off. I'm breaking it down slow. Email me, mattpadella1001 at gmail.com. Now, that's about the first thing I wanted to address. Is there any questions on it? It's just a basic song. Very simple. It originated in Cuba. Hey, Paul, could you put my email down there, please? So these guys can get on my mailing list. And now, two things I want to address in addition to that. That's new. I just want you guys to work on it real slow. Do it 5,000 times. Simple. Thank you, Paul. Hey, guys, after the lesson, email me. I'll add you to my mailing list. Where'd it go? Come on, mouse. Here's my email. Okay. And that's just basic. Now, there's two things I wanted to address. I did a Zoom lesson this afternoon as a group lesson, and there were some comments about Joe Morello's master studies. And another one said, how do you play rudiments on a drum set? Okay, not a problem. Again, when I first started, I learned 26 basic rudiments. Today there's what, 40 basic rudiments or whatever? Who the hell knows? But to me, there's only 3 rudiments. There's single strokes, double strokes, and flanges. Everything else is a combination. Everything else is a combination of that. Hold on. Everything else is a combination. So, what do we do with rudiments? Well, first, when I first learned the rudiments was in the drum corps. That's when there was 26. The paradiddles, the flam paradiddles, the drags, the roughs, and all that stuff. But how do I apply it to a drum set? Well, that's a good question. If you really want to know how to apply rudiments or listen to rudiments being applied musically on a drum set, study Philly Joe Jones. He was the master of that. Anyway, let's talk about a rudiment, what they call nowadays a single 4, and I was taught a 4-stroke rough, which was this. And the first step is to learn the rudiment. Now, I'm thinking of that rudiment in 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, from there, I take it to another zone. I go to 4/4 and think of it as a triplet. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And what do I do with that on a drum set? Well, I don't know. Whatever I want. I could do substitutions. For example, sometimes I use, instead of my right hand, I use my bass drum, the first one. Or 1 and 1, 2 and or wherever you want to use it. Simple. Let's take the paradiddle. That's one surface, which is down, up, down, down. Now, what do I do with that? I could take all the right hand accents and left hand accents and throw them on the palms. I use the accent on the first stroke. Permutate the accent on the left. Okay, so what I'll do, instead of going one, I'm going to hit the accent on the second note of the paradiddle. And again, take it, the accents, put right hand accents on the floor diapason, left hand accents on the small. So forth. You get that, Paul? I want to do doubles. Anything you want to do. Give me a rudiment that you want to hear on the drum set, Paul. This is directed, as you can tell, at Paul. Sergio, how long you been playing? All right, but Paul, throw me something that you want to be creative. Let's orchestrate a rudiment, so to speak. How about you, Professor? Professor Alex, what's your real name? Your first, is it Alex? Double paradiddle. Okay. Now, we can take a double paradiddle. We can play it in 6/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The ground 0. 3, 4, 5, 6. I can play it in triplets. 1 and that's a paradiddle diddle. And 2. I'm sorry. Go instead of go ahead and thinking about that. In triplets, let's go to 3/8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Same thing. Play between the right foot and the left hand. Play harmonically. Get the idea, Paul? We'll all just start. Every time we learn something new, we're just starting. The paradiddle, single paradiddle, double paradiddle, paradiddle diddle. Anything else, Paul? If you guys are just starting, make sure you understand, and it's so important, learn how to read. And you say, why must I learn how to read? I just want to play the Songo or some fatback or some jazz. Well, reading is the biggest element of playing music, especially a rhythm instrument. What you're doing is you're learning and understanding the language of rhythm, quarter notes, eighth notes, 16ths, triplets, so on and so forth. All right. You learn how to read, it'll take you any place you want to go. You open up a methodology book, any kind of book that's on the market, you could be able to play it, understand it without an instructor. Learn how to stroke the correct way. Learn the level systems. Learn what a free stroke is, a downstroke, an upstroke, a tap. Learn all of that stuff. Implement it into your playing. Directly, it has nothing to do with any kind of specialized music. It has to do with technique. Technique is something that you have to play the music you like. Notice that nobody's going to play the same music the same way. It's all different when you're playing. What I want to do again, we have some requests in addition to playing the rudiments or I want to do some linear concept, the Songo or the linear concept. Do we understand what linear is? Sergio and Professor, give me your definition, okay, of linear. What is linear? I'll wait for your answer. Not too long now, guys. Come on. What's the answer? Hey, Terry, how you doing? What is linear? All right, linear is a straight line, a rhythm. Example, if I play one measure of 4 quarter notes in 4/4 time, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a linear line, a rhythm. If I play 1, I rest for 2, I play 3 and rest for 4, that's not a linear line, that's a broken line. Okay? So a linear line is a straight line, a rhythm. If I'm playing eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4, that's a linear line of eighth notes. If I played 16ths, 2E and 3E and 4E and that was one measure, a linear line of 16ths. But I'm just playing it on a snare drum. Let's have a little fun, say with 16ths and the stick control book. Okay, let's work with the stick control book. If you do line 1, if you do the page the way it's written, say it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now this comes through an understanding the systems of counting. What I just did was an eighth note count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'm going to play the same figure again. That is actually the first line on page 5 of the stick control book. But I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'm going to count that same, I'm going to play that same line, but I'm going to count it differently. Instead of eighth notes, I'm going to count it as 16ths. 1 E and 2 E and so on and so forth. So just with the hands, 1 E and 3 E and 4 E and I just played one line of actually eighth notes. I thought 16ths. It's a linear line. So now notice when I count the E and the da, there's no voice playing. So let's put something in the E and something in the da, the bass drum. All right, so I have 1 E and 2, 3 E and 4 E, 1 E and 2. I'm doing a linear line. And I put my right hand on the floor top down. 1 E and Simple. Pick up the speed. If I go to line 3, without adding the bass drum, it's going to be 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E. All right, now I'm going to fill in the E and the da with the bass drum. Now I take the same thing and take the right hand and lay it on the floor top down. Got it? Now I can have it alternate the doubles. There you go. So on and so forth. All right. The paradiddles was fun. I have. It's something, a different way to practice. Instead of sitting there and doing the sticker drum book, all you're doing is you're adding the bass drum in the flanks. And it's a linear concept. What I like to do, see, first, for the guys that are new, it's kind of hard for you to understand this because some of the guys that are in here frequent this site. So they understand what I'm talking about when I refer to play the line, then vamp with the hand you end with. And then if you don't understand, I have to explain it all over again. So, let me explain. It's a hell of a workout using a linear concept. If I play eighth notes as written with the page 5, line 1, I play the line, I repeat the line. The hand I end with, it's a 4-measure increment. The hand I end with is the hand I vamp with. Vamping means I'm going to play a straight line of eighth notes for 4 measures with the hand I end with and go into the next line. I'll do it real slow. 1 and 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, vamp. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, line 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. On line 2, I ended with the right, so I vamped with the right. Okay? So now, if we take that over into a linear concept, you play the line, you repeat the line, and whatever hand you end with is the hand you vamp with. But this time we're going to play with steer, but we're going to think of 16ths, putting the foot, the bass drum, on the E and the da. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Bam. 2, 3, 4. Line 2. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, bam. It's hard to talk and do this shit, man. It really is. You understand what I'm doing, guys? I'm not doing any fun tonight, you know? I'm just trying to do some developmental exercise. I'm not. Is there any questions, guys? I just want to have some fun tonight. I like that Latin rhythm stuff. That was a partial here, Paul. Part of line 5 and part of line 6. All right, if you don't have any questions on that, the Songo, I hate that. All right, but I'm going to do it. Again, Songo originated in Cuba. I'm thinking of 16th no pulse. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. So now, my right hand and my hi-hat are going to be played on the counts of 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and the, 4, E, and the. Now, I use the crown of the cymbal, but you can use the bell of the cymbal as so. 1, E, and the, 2, E, and the, 3, E, and the, 4, E, and the. So now, that leaves the bass drum and the snare drum to complete the rhythm. If you have the sheet, if you don't have the sheet, here's my email me, and I will gladly send you the sheet. So we established the right hand and the left foot part. I'm thinking 16ths. Here's my left, there's only one accent in this whole thing, and that's on the and of 1. So I'm going to have 1, E, and, 2, E, and, 3, E, and, 4, E, and, again, nice and slow. Actually, the slower you play it, the more control you're going to obtain, and the more concentration and focus you need. So let's do it the same tempo a few times, and we'll pick it up a little bit. 1, E, and, 2, and, 3, and, 4, and, 1, E, and, 2, and, 3, and, 4, and. You understand that, Paul? What the hell is this? Oh. Oh my goodness. You got it? And that's, you want to keep it at that tempo for a while. And as you sit there and practice it, all right, it's going to get better and better and better. 1. Now, that's one version. The other version, you could, instead of playing the bell, the cymbal, the bell of the cymbal or the crown of the cymbal, you can transfer the right hand over to the toms, making this 1 and 3, this 2 and 4. So I'm going to establish that pattern. 1 E and the 2 E and 3 E and the 4. Boom, pop, boom, pop. 1. Okay, that's just another variation. Don't go there yet until you get that first one down. Then if you want to really hang out with it, you got 1 E in the 2. Yeah, sorry. 2, 3, slow down. 1 E and the 2 E and 4. Get that, Paul? Just another variation. All right. Now, somebody sent me a video of Joe Morello, a guy demonstrating master studies. And yeah, he was a student of Joe Morello, which is fine, man. But I watched him, and he did a nice job. But I didn't agree with the way he was holding the sticks, how he was executing, and what he was using. Rhythmically, he played it correctly, but he more or less demonstrated his ability as opposed to breaking the book down. He'll attack. He took the Master Studies line 1 on page, I think it's 7, and he played it like this. This is how you do it. mention the name of molar in there. No such thing. And that's not how Joe taught master studies. When Joe's, first off, it depends on your level of drumming, who you are. If you've been playing 30 years, you're sort of a refined musician and you want to go further and learn Joe Morello's hand technique, well, yeah, you might be able to play it that fast, but if you've never played master studies, that's not a good thing. So you want to break it down. For example, line 1 is to be played in a 4-measure increment as opposed to a 2-measure increment. All right? It's written 1 and 3 and 4 and. And notice I'm very mechanical there because what I'm doing, okay, is explaining what's occurring. But the way Joe would teach it to other students would be in quarter notes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So on and so forth. All right, anyway, that's going to happen tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. I'm going to have to leave right now, okay? So we'll continue on this tomorrow, 1 p.m. You got that, Paul? 1 o'clock? Terry, Sergio, Professor, we got that? 1 o'clock, same channel tomorrow. Okay, guys. Okay, we're going to see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sergio. Terry, we'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m., same channel.